And there it is. Team Rafa with Rafa Nadal. Team Miami with their owner, Mark Anthony. And there are the drivers that will be taking place. We will meet them in a moment, but what a performance and what an opportunity now for them to take the next step and get into that final. So that is the field of 6 in the race-off, all trying to place in the top 4. Bottom 2 moving on to the place race. This is the course. Saunders, take it through it. It won't be this glassy won't we get all 6 of those race birds out of there.
Not at all. Timing the start well and that lane position is crucially important. Having both can go a very long way and can be the first step to victory. However, keep an eye on the outside lane, because with a good start, there's opportunity to cut ahead of those on the inside and take the lead. It worked well for Alula, Rusty Wyatt, almost worked for Timmy Hansen and Miami, so keep an eye on that outside lane as well as the inside.
It is the calm before the chaos here in Jeddah. E1 World Championship presented by PIF as they start to inch forward. Who's got the timing right? 16 seconds to go before the start of the race-off here in Jeddah. And we are off and running. Can't hit the line before it goes to 0, as we are now at 8.
They've all tried to time this perfectly well, coming through those red and white boys in just a second. Who has got max speed at the point of crossing? It looks very good on the outside line for Drogba, following the same route as Alula and Rusty Wyatt did in the previous race. Let's see how this goes. They're pretty much almost foil to foil, apart from a little drop off from Aoki there, but who will take the lead outside of this first corner?
Aoki in the chop, falls back to 6th place. It is a thing of beauty as all 6 race birds are off and running.
Oh,
it looks like Sierra cuts across, and it looks like Westbrook got caught up in the wash.
It is literally nose to nose with Sierra Racing and Team Rafa. Let's see who can get the edge. This back straight, you've got going against the wind. The boost will be used to try and get it done. They touch!
As Rafa makes contact with Sierra Racing, as Eric Stark able to keep it level. Meanwhile, Rafa out in front, Chris Lazaraga, and back comes Sierra on the boost.
Huge opportunity there to be on the foil there. Any coming together, you get off the foil. This is literally nose to nose, foil to foil, as Sierra pull in front.
So it is Sierra that emerges from the mist, and they have the lead as they'll come around. Rafa trying to steady that boat. Remember, you want to be in the top 4 to move on to the final. The other 2 boats are off to the place race for positions 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And here we go as the second lap of 6 underway.
Yeah, as expected, the top 2 leaders, they don't want anyone to pull away. Doing that short lap now allows them to keep in the fight. Drogba have gone for the opposite, going into the long lap. Let's see where that kicks them out. Aoki going to fall up on the inside. Miami following Drogba into the long lap. Sierra currently in the lead with about 6 second advantage.
Massive opportunity now for Eric Stark, but remember, he will still need to do the long lap. The driver from Sweden has Sierra Racing Club out in front after close contact with Rafa, Team Rafa and Rafa Nadal squad, and Chris Lazaraga, the Spaniard, at the plan. Now it is Westbrook that has moved into 2nd place, riding that boost as Rafa has fallen off the pace. Remember, they took the option of not taking the short lap, so these 2 boats that you see out in front, they have taken that short lap, and now they've got to make hay. This is a situation, Saunders, they've got to increase their lead as much as they can. So Rafa not opting for the short lap. Rafa is going to do the long lap. They're going to take their medicine now. Aoki currently sits in 4th. Aoki, is going to take the short lap, so they'll pick up a spot. They'll move from 4th to 3rd. But Rafa getting their medicine out of the way now. Drogba now back on the normal lap after doing their long with Miami, as they are back distant. Now Westbrook is the interesting one to me. They have not taken the long lap, but they have taken the short lap, which is the same program that Sierra Racing has done, as you get a good look at Sara Nasir.
We've got a real split now. The top 3 have done their short lap, and the current bottom 3 have only done their long lap. So this is a very interesting balance of strategy to see where you come out at the end, where it all matters.
Sarah Masir has opted, and her team, the time is now for her to take that long lap, the 27-year-old Jamaican. And Drogba now will go to the short lap.
Let's see if this has worked out. It could be a little bit interesting on the rejoin. You're going to have Aoki coming fast up at the outside of Team Drogba as they join. It could be close. Maybe Aoki's just got the speed. They've been on the foils longer.
Oh, look at Drogba. Look at that speed. Look at the drive.
Yeah, just about did it. And the problem is you get to this point, you get caught in the wake of that faster boat. and then it's just going to knock you off the foil. You're losing speed.
Sarah Macer holding the line for Aoki Racing Team and holding position number 3. So now the long and the short are complete. It is still Sierra out in front, Westbrook in second place, but they still have the long lap to do. There you see Aoki creating some distance now over Drogba, who was side by side. Disappointment for Rafa. They were sitting in second place at one point in this race, and now they've dropped back to 5th, but they still have the short lap to take. And there it is, Rafa on the short lap right now, and here as they come together, and it looks like Rafa has done enough. Chris Lazaraga picked the right time, has good drive on the water, and will move from 5th place into 3rd, bumping Aoki back to 4th.
Now it's a long shot, but if Chris Lazaraga can put down a good lap, there's currently a 22-second gap between those in front, but they still have their long lap to do, and they have to do it now.
The white flag is out. It is the final lap, which means Sierra will have to do the long, as will Westbrook. So it'll be difficult for Westbrook to overtake Sierra Racing Club and Eric Stark with both of them on the long lap, unless Eric Stark makes a mistake.
I think they've both done really well to build a big enough of a gap now that they're not going to be interrupted by the rest of the field.
Right.
This should stay as it stands. Maybe if Rafa had left the short lap to now, that would have made the difference.
But they probably wouldn't have been as close as they are now.
Exactly.
So they now make the turn to the left-hand side, and it looks like Sierra Westbrook will maintain that 1st and 2nd position. Rafa will come into 3rd, and the all-important 4th and final transfer position looks to be going the way of Aoki Racing and Sarah Macer, the pilot. So a beautiful shot there of Westbrook. Look at the speed, foiling just nicely. Miami's on the short lap, but this is going to be a case of too little too late as we are on the final lap as Sierra Racing Club comes around. Eric Stark at the wheel, got a great start, held off the rest of the field and dials it up perfectly. Sierra gets the win. So the race-off is now about complete, and now you can count the teams that are moving on. It will be Will Smith's Westbrook Racing with Lucas Ordonez bringing it home. Team Rafa Nadal's squad with Chris Lazaraga. And an important 4th and final transfer spot for Aoki Racing with Sarah Macer. And that means that Drogba and Miami, unfortunately, are off to the place race. Great performance by the team at Sierra Racing Club. And that means that Eric Stark will now hand it off to Rihanna O'Meara Hunt in final race number 1, as they have qualified as one of the top 6 teams. Katie Munnings wishes she was out there. She is injured, so she will not be able to go. As Sierra Racing Club gets the win, Eric Stark doing a fantastic job of getting that beautiful race bird in the top position and not yielding. Westbrook Racing, Will Smith's squad, Lucas Ordonez steering them into 2nd place. Rafa Nadal's Chris Lazaraga getting 3rd. Aoki Racing finishing in 4th, and that is a great position for Sarah Macer as she gets their team into final 1.